So I know much and yet recall nothing but this life, so says he. But does being his hidden apprentice make me deserve such lessons? She bent to be sick in a gutter outside a tavern. Wiping her mouth, there was relief to see a good wife staring from the battered door. Might she give a little kindness? No. With a screech, the tavern woman rushed across the cobbles with a twig broom, yelling that her custom did not want to tread through a weakling's mess. Margaretta ran. When tears turned to anger, she stamped home to the lodging house of Dr. John Dee to tell him that witnessing the horrors of Queen Mary's venom was no education, it was cruelty. As usual, the constable's house in the parish of St. Dunstan's was in darkness, save a lone candle in her master's window. John Dee, astronomer, alchemist, mathematician, scryer, all-round optimist in regaining his rank at court, and, today, a cruel tutor. She pushed the door and escaped the smell of the fetid River Thames, which flowed behind the banking only a patch of grass away from the front wall. One of the mangy hounds ran to her for food. All was quiet. Master Constable would be propped up in a tavern somewhere, Dr. Dee locked in his office, preoccupied with numbers, stars, and magic. Mam would be sulking in her bed, and her brother, Hugh, probably still on the riverbank counting worries. As for Mistress Constable, she never deigned to enter the kitchen since Margaretta, Mam, and Hugh had arrived, as payment in lieu of Dr. Dee's lodging rent. "As if we were his chattels to lend and loan as he likes," she hissed. The horror of the burnings now conflagrating to a general anger with the world. Margaretta lit a taper from the bread oven cinders and went to the door of Dr. John Dee's room at the top of the stairs. She would speak her mind and say his education was folly before the passing of the night took the edge off her indignation. "Dr. John?" No answer. He must be sleeping on his desk again. She pushed the door and peeped in. He was bent over, a magnifying glass held close to a paper, his face etched with worry. Fury deserted her. "Do you want food, Doctor?" He grunted and crooked a finger. The desk was a tumult of papers, candles, his measuring implements, and a few plates smeared with butter and uneaten breadcrumbs. Manuscripts papered the floor, shelves bowed under books, and the room glinted with the objects he had brought from his travels to Louvain, Paris, and elsewhere. Mercator's globes, his treasured magical sigil, brass implements for measuring the stars, all things of magic which still meant little to Margaretta. It smelled of tallow candles and the dried lavender he kept in a silver dish on his mantel. Apparently, angels like sweet smells and will turn their faces from stench. The parchment under inspection was a map of the Thames. He tapped on a bend in the river with the word Savoy next to it. "They found him here." "Who, Doctor?" "A young lad called Jonas Warren. The boatman pulled him from the water thinking he was a dead seal. Face battered to a pulp, body broken to pieces." Margaretta grimaced. "How do you know?" "Lord Cecil's messenger came here this afternoon. He wants us to investigate." A pause. "Claims an advisor suggested my name." His voice was low and bitter. He narrowed his eyes. "This might be the chance I have been waiting for." "Chance?" "Back to court, through Cecil." "I don't understand." Dee rolled his eyes, as he often did when others did not follow the convolutions of his mind. "William Cecil lies low, having escaped the axe when Queen Mary forgave him for signing the paper putting Lady Jane Grey on the throne instead of her." He made a cynical laugh. "He is building favour with the Queen's half-sister, the Lady Elizabeth. When she ascends the throne, he will be back on his path to power at court. If I help him, he must help me." Margaretta looked nervously at the door.